Further developments in Tokyo, where the military is maintaining a heavily guarded perimeter around the site of last month's terrorist attack. The Japanese government has stated that an unidentified radical political group released a biological agent in the Tokyo subway, less than 1 kilometer from Orochi Tower. Although the area has been evacuated, there have been eyewitness reports of activity inside the perimeter, including ongoing fighting between Orochi security personnel and armed civilians. Authorities are denying these reports, and the military has barred anyone from approaching within 100 meters of the temporary perimeter.
You will see the end of days. You will see the dawning of a new age. To be a monarch or a beggar. To lose everything or to become a god. To stand with us or against us. The choice is yours. Remember this.
Closer, child. The world trembles. You must learn or be swept away. Haste. The dead are rising to the siren song. Destroy them. Basic abilities are as effortless as breathing, but power abilities draw upon your reservoir of energy. voices.
Listen to the voices
They
that
will
whisper
whisper
in your sleep.
You must learn focus and control. The Watchers will intervene only in dreams and only once. Every weapon becomes a unique focus for your abilities. Power swirls in the chamber of the pistol, a roulette of chaos and carnage at your fingertips.
Speciality Spotlight. Pistols. Understanding the chamber roulette. Use your pistol abilities to spin both chambers. When both chambers align, your pistol's abilities do additional damage for a short while. The damage bonus increases based on the rarity of the match.
The Rakshasa have also come to heed the song. Have pity, but spare them no mercy. They were once like you. The world shakes, the dead rise. You will be tested.
You
are cursed with free will. Revenants do not follow the call. They follow death. You cannot leave this place while it lives. Be agile. Be confident. Your life depends upon it. make the right choices. Fighting eternal darkness is a fool's errand. Wisdom is the light that drives the darkness away. The torch, child. We speak in metaphors because alien minds cannot decipher them. Your path will be equally puzzling. Wisdom must be your torch. You are with the chosen, but you must choose for yourself. This is merely a dream. They are the cats prowling at the walls of reality. You are the mouse. It is best to remain unseen. A clever mouse creeps carefully to avoid stepping on a trap. It's not my place to intervene, but then... Where the cat walks, the clever mouse will walk unseen. A mouse cannot defeat a cat face to face. Talismans can protect you, strengthen you, and focus you. But they cannot save you. Nothing can save you, but the choice will set you free one way or another.
Hurry. We have no time to spare.
Shouldn't we consult the Council of Venice first?
Now is not the time for argument!
What was that? Something's coming out of the ground.
Go! Go now!
Don't hold anything back.
And be mindful of the voices that
Be
they speak,
mindful of the voices
for they speak the truth.
Good afternoon. Are you... From the look of things, I guess that question is moot. Bee problem? There's a lot of that going around. I represent an organization headquartered in London, a very large organization with branches across the globe and connections in every government, although we see ourselves as a silent partner. We pull strings, big strings, prime ministers, presidents, kings. Dark days are coming. The world is in turmoil and we're recruiting. Soldiers, agents, adventurers, crusaders. And we offer good terms, a fresh start, a network unlike any other, unlimited resources, a fantastic medical plan, and a way to harness and use your incredible powers. It may be a big transition, but look at it this way. This is a unique opportunity. You have been chosen. You have been granted powers beyond what most can imagine. So you can either be an outcast in a world that will never understand or accept what you've become, or you can join others like you. Take a stand against the rising darkness, and embark on a journey into the unknown, into the hidden places, into the secret world. The choice, as we're so fond of saying, is entirely yours. But know this. Your emerging powers will attract plenty of attention, and not everyone is as accommodating as we are. On your own, you'll be easy prey. You might not last a week. This will get you where you need to go. There are instructions inside. Use it or don't use it, it's your prerogative. You won't see me again. I trust you'll make the right decision. By the way, our organization is called the Templars. You may have heard of us. We've been around a while. Good day.
Sorry, can't let you through without authorization. Look, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's not...
All right, lads, D.I. Shelley, they're with me. Do us both a favour and don't go flashing that letter around out here. The boys on the cordons haven't been briefed. As far as they're concerned, this is all just heightened awareness after the terrorist attack in Tokyo. But I don't deal with the bureaucracy. I deal with the truth. About the secret London. About the Templars. I'd say, I hope you know what you're getting yourself into. But you have no idea. Even I only get as involved as I have to, for the sake of us little people. You've seen it on the news. The Tokyo incident. That's what happens when your new crowd lets things get out of hand. Not here. Not on my watch. That's the deal. That's always been the deal. You'll be safe inside Eldwick. Go see one of the prophets prophesying up the road by the tube station. They'll fill you in on the kind of crazy you've got ahead of you. Best be prepared. My sincerest condolences.
Hi there.
So late to start recycling, to go to raves to save the gorillas, to catch out those Anansi sheds. There's a storm coming. Mondo storm. Paint your glass houses shut. You don't have to take his word for it. This is a warning from the sun. It says it's old and tired and scared of death. It says you've lived as young gods for too long. Spoiled children who only need to wish for something and it'll come true. Well, those days are gone now and won't be here again. Sorry! I'll show you how it all goes down through the medium of unreliable narration. A vision of the future. This could be your lucky day. Tomorrow and all the ones after, not so much. It's a hot, wet day. You ever notice how the apocalypse always comes on a wet day? There's the smell of warm air and stale piss. The atmosphere is electric. I mean, actually electric. Sparking off the tracks, lifting and snapping your hair. A voice over the speakers that you don't hear. You itch. The black signal sounds. Lights out.
It's all shut down. Kaidencho, everything. From the park to Arachi Tower.
SDF quarantine. Good news for Tokyo, bad news for us.
I thought the dragons thrived on chaos.
Someone once told me the Illuminati had all the answers.
They're saying a bomb. It's never just a bomb.
Something worse. Something that brought the filth with it.
So we fight. That's what us Templars do.
I enjoy a good fight, it's just these trousers are bloody velvet.
Sarah! Thank Gaia!
Speciality Spotlight. Shotgun. Reloading your heavy munitions. The shotgun is loaded with 6 shells. Using any shotgun abilities will expend these shells. Once all shells are depleted, every shotgun ability will be replaced by a reload option for a randomized shell type. There are 4 types of ammunition. Armor-piercing shells reduces the defense of your target. Depleted uranium shells deal a large amount of bonus damage. Dragon's Breath shells apply a significant damage over time effect. Anima-infused shells cause your attacks to restore a percentage of your health.
Out into Tokyo. It doesn't. We stop it here, whatever it takes.
Let's do this. Take it like all the other occult disasters, right?
We really have to stop meeting like this.
Don't let it get on you. Don't even breathe in. It's reacting to us. It knows we're coming.
This stuff can't think. It's a cancer. Cancer below your comrade just is. New plan. Fight chaos with chaos. Keep the bastards at a distance, then take them out.
That's your plan?
Well, it's a plan.
You've got points, Sarah.
Incoming!
Don't hold back, right?
I was passing myself.
Listen, Sarah. You
have to find Zuberi. We'll hold them here. Make a stand.
filth corrupts, Gaia's power endures. Dig it into yourself. Breathe it out. Will this broken body mended? Good. But even Gaia would be tested by what is to come.
Making a stand wasn't working out.
Yeah, about that. This ain't looking much better, to be honest.
Now is not the time for argument.
Told you he would say that.
Well done!
Something's coming out of the ground.
What the bloody hell is that thing?
Watch out!
The gate's opening! They're not stopping!
And they will not stop. This is all to hold us back.
Look out! It's all coming down!
You look like you've just seen the end of the cosmos, mate. I know the feeling. We're on the edge of it, and it's time to play your part, seen? Me and you, we're blood now, yeah? Templars for the win and that. Never mind. Looks like you've got some training to do before you're ready for your first kill. You want to do what your letter says. Go speak with Sonak at the Templars gaff. It's not far, you can't miss it. Honest, it's unmissable.
Aren't you a little short to be in the Templars?
Like a headless tourist. Oh God, don't remind me. Haven't you got somewhere to be?
Come in. Come in. I'm very pleased you can follow directions on the back of a card. It is the basis for us getting along famously. Of course, with an establishment like this, we're practically in the yellow pages under Crusaders. Richard Sonak. So, you heeded our call to arms. You have questions, I can furnish you with answers. Some answers. To begin with, you haven't strayed into some atrocious Dan Brown airport paperback. We are not the Knights Templar. That particular appellation went out in the 1300s along with page boy haircuts and burnings at the stake. No, we run a 21st century, well, let's say a forward-facing organization, but one with its strength in ancient bonds of tradition, in loyalty, in blood, and, to be perfectly frank, in a sizable private army. Our firm guidance is needed to save the world from itself. We have kept the matters of squabbling secret societies and loathsome dimensions discreet. Until the shadows began to peel back across the globe, until these darkest of days came upon us. Now, the evidence is on television for pity's sake. We are at war. Might will make right, and it will fall upon us to judge the correct application of might. It falls upon you as a soldier of the Templars. Show me that you have the will, and we can teach you the way. Your remarkable powers can be honed and controlled, at least to less disastrous effect on property values. There is a private training area which we have reinforced for just that purpose. Come back and see me after. May I help you? You should know that I am internally busy, but for my sins, I prefer a more civilized mode of correspondence than rsonic@thetemplars.org. So while my time is limited, my door will always be cautiously ajar.
All's well.
You're quite safe here in London. The old girl is a marvel of arcane geometry, thoroughly warded for your protection and by degrees for ours. Londoners are of special mindset, oblivious to practically any outrage beyond raised congestion charges. You'll find the locals outside of Temple Court to be a motley crew, but they are harmless, mostly harmless. They are under our protection and no better than to mess on our red carpet. I shall risk the assumption that you're not a skeptic. It will make explication easier on both of us. Someone I trusted dearly once told me, "There are no monsters, only us." Advice to live by. But from here on in, you'll find things have a slight tendency towards complicated. Our world is a strange, dark place, and its strangeness is currently accelerating, to say nothing of the darkness. I'm courting accusations of bias here, but you have made the right choice by coming to us. The proper choice. The other societies are barely capable of governing themselves, let alone the world. I'll take your question, but you should appreciate this is a difficult topic within the establishment. The bad blood between our two societies is positively virulent. It goes far beyond some catty mid-Atlantic feud, even if the British have elevated holding grudges over the revolution to an Olympic sport. No, this is rooted in the 13th century, when Templars' empire was ascendant from the Bosporus to the Orkney. Illuminati, already well-versed in throwing any game they cannot possibly win, conspired to turn all the societies against us. How to express our most abject of defeats? We got served. The balance of power was swept from the table, never to be recovered. In the chaos, they wormed into the New World, and it would be impolitic to call them a peculiar American phenomenon, but I suppose I just did. The American dream, freed from the shackles of dignity and responsibility. Never forget what drives them. They dress Ivy League, but are the frat boys spiking Lady Liberty's drinks with Rohypnol at a wet t-shirt competition. They are ruin. Your smooth transition into the Templars is among my top priorities. Certainly in the upper percentile. Should you be unsure of the correct conduct in any situation, come to me in the first instance. We can speak in confidence and largely without judgment. I would take pains to understand. I accepted this position because I saw a new way for the Templars to achieve our old potential. Ours is an organization with no shortage of history. Some might say too much history. But you are our future. Don't squander it. Thus, over time, it has become the de facto capital of the secret world. All are, I wouldn't go so far as to say welcome, but permitted. Be assured that none would dare challenge our authority, not here where Temple Hall casts a long shadow. Personally, I frown on architectural bullying, but if one absolutely must throw one's weight around, it pays to erect a cathedral too. Regardless, we Templars should be seen to uphold the truce, so it is vital that you do not cause a scene in public. If you are truly champing at the bit to rough up your rivals, I'm sure Dame Julia could use you. The more unsavory elements about town might also run some form of fight club. Naturally, we would not condone such an event, were it even to exist. Obviously, any opinions they impart on our order or the secret world at large should be taken with a helping of salt. Still, in the interests of full transparency, I won't try to dissuade you from hearing dissenting opinions. Take Conrad Engel, Someone ought to. The man is a great diplomat, a mentor to me, and a close personal friend. Regrettably, he has been less diplomatic with his views on Templars policy. It earned him an extended sabbatical, which he seems determined to spend debating Nietzsche with a pint glass. An ever so Germanic funk. You must be single-minded, but I want you to arrive at that single-mindedness yourself. To a refined palate, propaganda leaves such a bad taste.
Just doing the rounds.
Every myth, every legend, every dirty limerick created to make sense of what is unknowable and unfair, it's all true, or at least sufficiently true to cause alarm. There are monsters. Fewer now, as over the centuries we Templars have done our bit to thin the numbers. But the reality you believed balances quite precariously over the reality you choose not to. You guard that balance now. I trust that you'll come to think of this opportunity as a blessing. A curse would be to have this awareness, yet do nothing. What we possess above them is not measured in wealth, land, or resources. As if in some cosmic game of risk, it is conviction. Our mission is, as it always has been, the destruction of evil in all its forms. We have auditioned many methods for this mission, and speaking candidly, to different degrees of success. In our less celebratory moments, Templars have been accused of irrational zealotry, of blinkered intolerance, of fascism. Our line in decor doesn't do us any favors on the latter. I'm telling you this for the sake of background reading. Strive for purity of thought, and purity of action will follow. Impress this on your fellow Templars and on all others by example. To be blunt, little concrete information exists on the Dragon. They thrive on their own mystique. They are variously believed to be a fringe society of inscrutable Zen mystics, or a cell of dangerous anarchic extremists. It seems increasingly possible for them to be one and the same. Since we withdrew from the Kowloon in '97, the Dragon have gone unchallenged in the Far East. But their brand of quiet terrorism is spreading outwards, I suppose almost virally. When we attempted to trace their movements, find some insight or pattern, it produced only circles. Discounting them as a major threat to our plans may have been ill-advised. Certainly they have proved adept at undermining them, but I don't presume to make our strategy. I can only observe how the Dragon rush to fill the void left by our more public struggles. I say, fill the void. Though the curious thing is, they do nothing, as if the void itself was enough. I would prefer not to dignify the thieves and murderers of the Phoenician Navy with an introduction. Sadly, as chivalry endures, so too does piracy. There are mercenary sans frontiers, sans loyalties, even to the highest bidder. Wherever there is a claim to jump, you can rely on their tasteless gold-ringed fingers to be stained with either dirty money or blood. Over the past millennia, the Phoenicians have been allowed to perpetuate their larceny for two reasons. The one discussed in polite company is that we cannot dredge the seven seas to track them down. The other, that their undeniable talent for dirty work is a valuable commodity among the more morally challenged members of the secret world. We, of course, do not make deals with grave robbers, particularly ones who are still tiresomely sore over the fracas at Carthage. All things considered, they got off lightly with a spot of earth sorting. The regulating body of the secret world convenes in ancient Venice. You might think this would make diplomatic duty an easy sell. I assure you, from experience, the charm quickly fades. All societies have representatives on the council, arguing cases and contributing to the air of ritual theatrics. The masks are the votes, or the votes are the masks. I forget now. Normally, I would applaud resistance to going digital, but Venice's backlog stretches to the Bronze Age. You see, at the time of its formation, the Council was small and the secret world simpler to conceal. But our modern lives have proved much less forgiving of the scientifically impossible. In attempts to compensate, Venice have introduced more and more layers of middle management. The net effect is that nothing brought before the Council is ever decided. Their only real achievement is in preventing all-out war between the societies. For that, we are grateful. Do not go gentle.
I'm looking for new demons for the Crucible. Someone...
For the Templars.
Here, you'll need this. It's how you get your instructions and submit your reports. Don't go off the grid. You'll find that nobody here likes a loose cannon. Go on now.
Initializing field performance module. DNA encoding recognized. Syncing. Sync complete. Field performance module online.
From now on, this is the most important room in the world for you. It's a place where you can try out all your newfound power without risk of hurting yourself. With the help of a few props, we've done our best to make the environment as realistic as possible. The demons are tied up, but they bleed the same. You'll find a diverse selection of weapons for you to practice and get comfortable with. Work hard and channel your anima correctly, and you'll find the one that suits you. And if you ever wish to explore other paths, you should return here.
The time has come to discuss your upcoming excursion to the colonies. I'm afraid it's business, not pleasure. Recently, a small island community on the New England coast dropped off the map. You can disregard the tiresome government cover-ups. There are dark forces at play. Solomon Island is a rock with infamy. In the past, it was trafficked by the Illuminati before they joined the rush to New York. You should be aware that we have history with the Illuminati, acrimonious history. Of course, under the flag of truce, we have spat and made up, and now we are the closest of enemies. All smiles above the table and drawn knives beneath it. Illuminati are reckless and cannot be relied upon to clean up their own messes. We must find the root of whatever doom has come to Solomon Island. But let me stress that this is not a rescue operation. Should there be survivors, you cannot announce that you've been chosen to deliver anyone from evil. Joan of Arc did, and look where that got her. Our goal is the salvation of all mankind, not on a case-by-case basis. I understand that may stick in your throat, but, well, halos are fading all over town now that there is so much more at stake. Leave as soon as you can. Your travel arrangements have already been made at the Eldwick Underground. I'll be in touch.
Keep up appearances.
You should know that I am internally busy, but for my... May I help you?
Try not to loiter. Makes the side look bad.